Did the Vikings reach America before Columbus? History books point to 1492. Christopher Columbus crosses the Atlantic. America enters European history. But that story begins much earlier. Nearly 500 years before Columbus, Viking sailors were already moving west, across freezing oceans, violent storms, and the edge of the known world. These were not reckless raiders. They were skilled navigators. The Vikings who kept sailing. West by the 9th century, Vikings had reached the British Isles. By the 10th century, they settled Iceland. Soon after, they reached Greenland. Each journey pushed them farther from Europe. Each one proved the ocean could be crossed. So when Norse legends spoke of land beyond the Western Sea, it didn't sound impossible. It sounded real. The mystery of Vinland Norse sagas describe a land called Vinland, a place of forests, rivers, and wild grapes, far richer than Greenland. For centuries, historians dismissed Vinland as myth. The sagas were written long after the events, and there was no physical proof until the 1960s. Yet the evidence beneath the soil on the northern coast of Newfoundland, Canada, archaeologists uncovered something unexpected. Viking-style longhouses, iron tools, a forge used to smelt metal. This was not indigenous architecture, and it was not later European design. Carbon dating confirmed it. Around the year 1000 AD, the site became known as Meadows. The legends were true on what the Vikings were doing there. The Viking settlement was small. There were no cities, no empires. Most historians believe it was a seasonal outpost, a place to repair ships, a base for exploration farther south. The Vikings were likely searching for resources, especially wood, which Greenland lacked. But if the land was so valuable, why did they leave? Encounters with the locals' Norse stories describe meetings with local peoples, whom the Vikings called Skrælings. Some encounters were peaceful, others turned violent. The Vikings were outnumbered. They were far from reinforcements, and every conflict carried risk. Over time, the danger may have outweighed the reward. And why the Vikings didn't stay? Unlike later European explorers, the Vikings were not building empires. They did not arrive with armies or settlers in large numbers. Their journeys were bold, but practical. Greenland itself was difficult to sustain. Adding North America may have stretched their resources too far, so the Viking presence quietly faded. No collapse, no great defeat, just departure. Why history forgot them. Columbus is remembered because his voyages changed the world. They led to permanent contact, colonization, and global trade. The Vikings did not stay. They did not reshape history. Their discovery left no lasting mark until archaeology uncovered it centuries later. The real answer: so did the Vikings reach America before Columbus? Yes, without question. But history didn't forget them by accident. It forgot them because they never claimed the land and never stayed long enough to be remembered.